guys, so today is a big filming day for me. I'm getting through a bunch of different topics, so if you guys have any suggestions, they probably won't be done kind of for this week-ish. If you guys have any stories that you've heard recently, anything you want me to cover, do leave comments. I read comments and I get some of my best video ideas from you guys because that's what you guys want to see. Oh, there's Phoebe. Someone's interrupting me, huh? You getting on? Okay, you stay right here. On the edge here, yep. So today we're covering two different creepy TikTok guys. I've seen people cover both separately, but I'll cover them together because they kind of give me a similar vibe. I'm talking about Bentellect and Rodger Cleye. So they're just two different male content creators on TikTok who have been recently called out for being super creepy or weird or just inappropriate. So we're gonna start with Bentelect because that's the first one I saw on Do We Know Them. He was called out by an OnlyFans model for being super weird with her, and then he was Phoebe. No, you stay right here. That's my laptop. You're not being very easy to work with right now. So I have all the screenshots. So the OnlyFans model that talked about all of this on Twitter is called Jordan Max. And she posted a tweet saying, I was invited to be on a podcast by a pretty popular TikTok creator, and 3 hours before we were supposed to record, he asked me if I wanted to make an OnlyFans video with him, which I declined, and 1 hour before we were supposed to meet up, he cancelled, and this is why. So he said, do you want to make a video for OnlyFans? And she said, when? He said, today. No, you need a TTS test, which is kind of like STD, STI test, from within the last 14 days, and an OnlyFans creator account. And he said, I mean, a video for your page. She said, doing what? I don't know what performs best on your page. And this is just so weird that they were just going to do a podcast together and just like taste some pickles. And suddenly he's like, oh, well, you do OnlyFans, so how about I just make OnlyFans content on your page? And it's like, she didn't really ask. I just think there's certain content, like for example OnlyFans, which is usually sexual in nature, that it's just super strange to ask someone if they want to create content on their page. If you're not an OnlyFans creator, I feel like if two OnlyFans creators meet up and like one asks the other, hey, would you like to ever film content with me, whatever, that's a little bit different depending on the relationship. The fact that he doesn't have an OnlyFans and he kind of just sprung this up out of nowhere just is really weird. I don't know. He said, I was just thinking of helping me with doing a video for my YouTube, so maybe I could help with your OnlyFans. She said, I'm good, thanks though. And she like double message thanks, and I feel like at this point you can kind of tell she's feeling a little bit uncomfortable. It's like the overly nice, like, oh, thanks though, like thanks, no offense, don't be offended, but no thank you. And he said, no worries, hey, gonna do the pickle video with someone else, thanks though. Even though it was her idea to do it for his channel, he's obviously just been kind of, I feel like he was using that collab as an excuse to last minute spring up the OnlyFans thing on her, and maybe if she felt uncomfortable enough, well, she was either going to be enthusiastically yes, or she was going to feel uncomfortable enough to be like, oh yeah, sure, but she didn't, and I feel like that was kind of not part of the maybe plan. So now he's like, oh, I'll just do it with someone else. Maybe someone else will want to do this with me. And she said, okay, any particular reason why? And he said, to be honest, I thought it would just be fun to film and see where things go, but I got it. And she said, okay, best of luck. And it makes me think that he's also looking at OnlyFans as a way of like hooking up with someone and then seeing if it progresses, like almost as an excuse to hook up with someone, whereas to her it's probably just a job. So she would never film that scene with him and then go, you know what? I actually really want to date you. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think he thought that was kind of like an easy way to hook up and then kind of keep on hooking up. To her, OnlyFans is probably just a job, so it's not something that she's like using to get men in real life. And then he posted pickle tasting video coming soon, which kind of confirmed the story because she posted like the proof that he had been intending to obviously film this video. She then says, we were going to do a pickle tasting mukbang video podcast, which was my idea in the first place, but now he's just going to take my idea and do it with someone else. Typical. I thought because you're a sex worker and you're constantly looking to do labor for free, and that in the midst of eating pickles like we talked about, you'd randomly want to have sex, but now that I can't manipulate you, I don't want to do the video because I'm a shitty person. At Bentelect, basically, and then she straight up tags him, which is wild. And she said, lol, here we go. And he said, you need to take this tweet down or I will sue you. She literally posted evidence. Like, what's there to sue for? These are your words. So it turns out that I'm not the only one Bentelect has tried this with. Another woman who wishes to stay anonymous DM'd me with the screenshots from conversations that she had with him as well. So he said, do you work tomorrow? Sorry, crazy busy day. I don't work tomorrow. No. He said, no worries. Let's make some content tomorrow. Not like that, but just film a podcast. What do you think? You're killing me, gorgeous. I've also been thinking about this OnlyFans thing and I think I could make us a lot of money, straight up. She said, hey, so I've been MIA. Today's been like a mental health day. So he says, actually, are you down to come over tonight or are you just a flake? Yeah, sorry, baby, you're just too much of a flake. Bye. She said, first you want to make content with me and now you're throwing it in my face, LMAO. And he says, save your words, you're just a flake. If you were actually upfront, I'd be down, but you probably have a lot going on, which is understandable. But either way, I honestly don't care. She said, cool, stop texting me then. And once again, tell this like uncomfortable energy of someone just like trying to be nice, not trying to be rude or rock the boat too much, and just either not responding to messages and then responding late to kind of try and ignore the content of the messages and move the conversation forward. And he just kept on going until he finally snapped and got really angry with her for not wanting to film OnlyFans content with him. And then he also messages her on Snapchat and says, do you want to come over here and spend some time with me? Because on a side note, I do think I could probably make us some money on OnlyFans. Bentelect F's crazy something into oblivion. If you come over, I'll give you $1,000. I just really want you. I'm good right now. Don't try to bribe me with money. That's weird. And he said, no, that is weird, but I want to see you. And he's just clearly a very thirsty and desperate man. So then she says, another woman has come to me wishing to remain anonymous, sharing her experience with Bentelect. This dude is a predator. And we got another DM from another anonymous woman saying, oh my God, I've dealt with Bentelect too. Actually, he's bothered a lot of women, and then it's blanked out. I don't have any screenshots from our 3-day hangout, but he told me that he loved me and asked me to move in right away. I started pushing back that it was too much, and he flipped out on me. It was days after I was cheated on, and he was like, I don't want to talk about your feelings, I want to talk about us. He also drank 2 1.75 liquor bottles of mine in a day. He is an alcoholic and needs to seek help immediately. I'd also have a lawyer if I were you, because he's the type to sue even if he doesn't have the grounds to. And she also says, oh my God, this is basically a whole thread of just people coming in, women coming in and saying this guy is like a creep, straight up creep. Okay folks, we've got another Phoebe, muffin. No, baby. Go lay down on the... I know you're feeling a little bit lonely and a little bit left out of the drama, huh? Okay. Then she says, okay folks, I've got another woman coming forward with insane texts from Bentelect, and y'all still trying to defend this guy. Where she says to him, well, I guess it's just not meant to be then. He says, facts, no hard feelings, but yet it ain't working. Peace. And for your future self, if you're going to turn around on a guy and say, hey, I'm not down for the friends and benefits thing, just say that before you go through all the BS. Boring as... I'm trying to swear less. No more problem that you turned around and quit drinking because you're an alcoholic and I'll pass out 8 p.m. Peace out. Clearly there are some hard feelings on your part. He says, law, it's whatever. I don't like giving time and attention to someone who is full of shit. I've been trying to hang out and it's been blah, blah, blah. Excuses every single time. So just don't waste people's time in the future and you won't get hard feelings. Far from an alcoholic, but you pass out at 4 in the morning, sleep for 3 hours, and then pass out at 10 and sleep till 3 in the morning, then continue to sleep till noon. Okay. Anyway, I'm done. I just had to say that because you're full of it. Clearly I wasn't that interested to begin with, and you weren't able to take a hint a month ago. If I actually wanted to hang out with you, I would have made an effort. And he says, then shut the F up and quit wasting people's time, you stupid female dog. If I recall, I told you I didn't want anything to do with you when you were like, oh, well, I would actually date you, but you're boring. Just shut the... This you can tell is just like insane ramblings of an angry man. And she says, sounds like you need some anger management help. I forgot that she said that. Be careful you say that to Maria, because there are people who really need help with that. Super disrespectful to say that to somebody. And also a very basic bitch thing to say. There's a reason that you've been single for this many years. It's because no one wants you and no one gives an F about you, because you aren't shit, you're not fun, you're boring as F. So shut the F up and get the F out of here. Basic ass boring loser. That was crazy. And then he says, dating around that you're full of shit. Thank you, my boyfriend sure doesn't seem to think so, and clearly you're having trouble getting me off your mind. Says the guy with a boyfriend texting another guy back. The text didn't need a response, reminding you of who you are as a person. And then he says, hey, just wanted to apologize for how things left off. Wasn't trying to be rude and say hurtful things. I always thought you were chill, so I wanted to say that. Hope all is well. And we have, according to this woman, who also wishes to remain anonymous because clearly this dude is unhinged. They dated on and off a few years ago, but people don't really change, do they? I'm not going to read out all the text for you guys, but he's once again going off on her. Here are the 2 last screenshots, and I'm just completely blown away. We cannot keep letting him get away with it. Oh, I read the wrong text. She's the girl with the boyfriend. Yeah, because a lot of these people saying anonymous is very difficult to figure out who is who and how these texts are coming up. Another anonymous woman from MN coming forward with her experience with Bentelect. When is it enough going to be enough? Seek help, my guy. Yeah, just more texts of him just being super, super angry. Then she says, holy fucking shit. Forced himself on top of her. Holy fucking shit. It's about, he invited her over to her house saying he was feeling suicidal and forced himself on top of her. I guess it didn't escalate past making out, but still. That same phone call where he said he wanted to F me, he told me that he wanted to dog out this other girl that he met through me and that he was trying to do business with her boyfriend. She says, I'm sick, I'm turning off the internet for the rest of the day. Text me if it's important. And he then posts an apology statement. which is actually not an apology at all. It's just a statement. And he says, I've recently been accused of some heinous actions and would like the opportunity to share my disgust at these accusations. I'm a firm believer in the rights and equality of all humans, including women. I grew up in a home with 3 sisters and no brothers, so I learned very early on the importance, power, love, and abilities women have. They deserve to be cherished and uplifted and treated with respect, and that's how I live my life. I do not condone the statements or accusations that have suddenly been hoisted upon me, and I hope to speak to anyone who feels they have been wronged. And that is really it so far. I mean, let you guys know if anything progresses from there. But yeah, creep, weirdo, bad. So I'm coming back literally for 2 seconds to say that I have found out that Mr. Bentelect has actually apologized on his TikTok, and it's just basically a 20-second TikTok that I'm gonna play for you guys. But just so that we're all clear that this is not an apology, this is just like, who knows what. Anyway, that's it.
Hey guys. There's a lot being said about me on the internet right now, and I just wanted to clear the air. The first thing I want to say is I'm sorry to anyone that I've made feel uncomfortable. I want to say to any girl who I've been rude to, whether through text or in person, that I'm sorry. I understand that me being sorry does not excuse that kind of behavior. I will continue to work on myself and do better. Thanks, guys.
Then we have Rodger Cleye, who's this guy, and yeah, you guys probably know him from just like all the songs that he sings, and he honestly has been a treasure on TikTok. Turns out he's a bit of a weirdo. So he actually did a collab on like TikTok live with this young singer and was behaving really weirdly with her. They actually met up. They didn't do like a online collab like over the live. They actually met up, and he flew to her state and stayed in a hotel because apparently he's got like enough air miles to like get it for cheap. It's still so weird to just fly somewhere else to meet up with someone who is way younger than you. You know what I mean? And people actually found her age, and she was on the border of being legal, even though he claimed that she was 21. She's actually kind of like 19-ish. The thing is, her age is kind of difficult. But he had a statement on Instagram basically being like, people are accusing me of being inappropriate and all this age stuff. She is 21, because he's obviously like 50. Anyway, he flew to see her. He failed to mention the fact that he took her to dinner and tried to kiss her and took pictures of her and them together and set some of the pictures of like her as his screensaver on his phone, and that's what people saw in some of like his content. And she's since then posted her own statement to TikTok, which I'm going to play entirely for you guys now.
Hi everyone, my name is Olivia McCraw and I'm 19 years old. I'm posting in regards to the last video I had posted in order to stop with the excessive comments being made. I want to let you all know I'm saying this now because I do not want to ruin the progress Rodger Cleye has made currently in his career. Late last week, I had randomly joined Rodger Cleye's live and saw he was making someone go to the Taylor Swift concert, or he was asking someone, sorry. I was jokingly wanting to go since I would have not been able to go regardless because of my location and work. Rodger had reached out to me and conveyed that I was beautiful, and if it wasn't for his daughter last minute, the person he chose would have been me. He revealed to me that he was a frequent flyer for work and he wanted to come see me. I was mutually attentive and I agreed for him to come see me and added that we could sing together. He said that he would love that, as well as I would. Plus, a fancy dinner to where we could dress up. I was for it. The day after the concert, he flew to my hometown. I had made him aware I couldn't make it to him since I needed to hit the gym. I went to his hotel where he was currently at and let him know I was really hungry after the gym. We had gone to Texas Roadhouse to eat. In the midst of conversation, he made me aware that he had a vasectomy. He was very loud and it was made clear that people had heard him. I followed through with the dinner as I got to know him. We went back and I said I had wanted to get my guitar to sing for this amazing opportunity. He asked if he could go and I let him. We got to my house and as we arrived, he wanted to take a picture of my beautiful backyard and asked me to get the picture. I accepted, but didn't know it would be posted. When we got back to do the live stream together, I was excited. He went to the bathroom with the door wide open and I stood there as his phone lit up. It was a very close-up picture of myself, which had weirded me out a little bit, and this was a picture of me as his background. But I went on with it until the live started. When we went live, there was a ton of confusion as to who I was. People asking if I was his daughter or if I was his girlfriend. While we were singing, we had to get a little closer to make sure we fit in the camera. But moments later, he started to rub my back continuously, which I was not comfortable with. Eventually, I scooted away from him, but that did not help anyways, so he continued. After the live ended, he gave me his poems he wrote, and he tried to kiss me. At the time, since I was alone and I felt obligated, I did so back because no one else was in there, and who knows what could have happened. I almost made myself sick. After I went home and let him know I could not do this with all the hatred and continue to sing with or entertain him with the discomfort I was feeling, he understood until the next morning, where he put the blame on me. He told me I had abandoned him, that I was supposed to see Barbie with him, the movie. I told him again I couldn't do it with the way I was feeling. He continued to pursue me after this hate. Some mornings I would wake up with 45 messages, a video of him singing in the bathtub. I had asked him why his moderators were all women, and he said because women don't work for free, which I found very sexist. I even went live one night after feeling horrible about the situation and wanted to talk. I had 8 people on there. I sang one song, Amazing Grace, for a sweet older woman. He messaged me shortly after and asked if I was happy with the spotlight. I gave my side as that I had been upset and needed some folks to talk to. Nothing wrong with singing to 8 people. He said it was, in quote, disturbing how happy I was. I was happy to have a few select people that cared. He later called me a predator on another account that had reached out to him and called me a manipulative little girl. A person from his family commented and said they believe it was wrong and have been trying to get him help for a long time. I am Olivia McCraw, and I'm telling my truth, and I hope that you hear it and are wise with all of your actions. This is just bringing awareness to the situation, and you should never feel afraid to share your truth. Thank you, and I hope you guys hear this.
I think this is all absolutely bonkers, like insane. I don't know what happens to some of these men. Babe, you're actually being kind of like inconsiderate of the audience. Did you know that? I'm joking, you're too cute to be inconsiderate. Look at her. Laying like a baby. And yeah, I just think this whole thing is so creepy because these are clearly men who people didn't assume are gonna be weird, and I haven't heard many people talk about it. I mean, I've seen some commentary videos about it, but overall it's not like super massive. It wasn't on my For You page or anything. This is just kind of slipped under the radar for everyone, I think. And I'm hoping that people kind of stop supporting men who are, or women who are weird, or anyone who is weird. But yeah, these 2 men need to go. That is really it from me for today. Subscribe, hit the bell icon for engagement, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, guys.